Dean, just off the back of the good result of the weekend, what can you tell us about Tyreek Backinson? Because he's had a really good few days, hasn't he? He's had a great performance. All the Bristol City fans are talking about him at the moment. Obviously, I think a lot of people probably would have seen that little video of you handing him a shirt, was it?
Yeah.
It was an accompanying video from his parents or something to go with it as well.
Yeah.
He's doing really well, isn't he?
He is, yeah. It was his match day shirt. It's a big moment for a young player to get his full league debut. It takes a hell of a lot of work to become a professional in the first place, and to then go and make your debut in a big game like that against Stoke in a championship match against a player like Mikel. I thought he was outstanding on the day. So, no, he's a brilliant character. No, I don't think there's any question that he's going to get ahead of himself. He's as relaxed as they come. He's horizontal. He's calm and relaxed, and he comes from a great family. So we're really pleased with him. But he's got a big career in front of him, as long as he keeps doing the right things and he's enjoying working with the staff. The players love him to bits, and he can be really pleased with his performance. And now it's always about what we do next. Keep saying to the players, it's always about the next one.
Yeah, I know you do the video analysis and everything. Did you pick out that little clip of him? I'm sure you'll know the bit I mean, where he sort of, how to explain it, shoulder to shoulder, met with John Obi Mikel and maybe sent Mikel flying. Did you see that one? Do you know a bit?
Yeah, we didn't show that to the players today. We didn't actually do a debrief in terms of clips. We'll do that tomorrow. We'll be doing some work tomorrow with the Aston Villa clips, so we'll sort of tie previous games clips in towards this next game and do it that way. So sometimes you can sit in too many meetings as a footballer. So as I say, it was a really good performance from T in that midfield area. Players around him helped him, of course. It's very much a team effort. I think the previous game we'd had standout players, and this one as well. It was a real strong team performance. I think first half with the ball we were excellent, and I'm not really interested in possession for possession's sake. We're creating chances, we're taking them, and without the ball we're looking strong. Restricted Stoke to zero attempts on our goal, and we're putting our bodies on the line to stop shots. Second half we didn't have as much possession of the ball, so again that's going to be the case at times this season, and it's making sure then that you stay with a good shape, and but you're always looking to go and hurt them when you get the ball, and I thought it was a nice balance.
Not going to focus on single players all the time, but just on Backinson, I just wanted to ask one other thing. Have you always had your eye on him? Because he's obviously playing really well at the moment. Is he sort of been earmarked by yourself as maybe a player from the younger squads who could come in and play straight away now?
Yeah, I think his physical attributes, we know that he can handle this level. He's improved a lot with the ball at his feet. He's had some great loans, I have to say. Tins and the guys around the football club have going out to Plymouth last year. They were desperate to take him again this year. Newport previously to that. He's had some good loans, and they're really important that you get them right. Actually watched him when we signed him. When Lee signed him, me and Lee went up to Hillsborough to watch him play for Luton against Sheffield Wednesday in the Youth Cup. And that was when we took Freddie Hines, of course, and T stood out on the day as well. So you can never sit there and go, oh yes, he's definitely going to. You never quite know at that age, but it's nice to see him now progressing. I think it was day 1 or 2 of pre-season. He wanted to see me after training, and I nipped out to the Bears training ground and totally forgot, and came back at 4 o'clock, and he still sat waiting for me in the car. Which shows you how committed he is. He wanted an answer from me, and I said, just go and grab the shirt. And to be fair, he's done it. He was excellent pre-season. And as I say, he's now putting good performances in at first team level. But as I say, it's very, very early, not only in our season but in his career. And of course, I'll answer the question around him. But at the same time, it's not the Tyreek Backinson show. He's part of a team, and he's a big part of it. And he's, as I say, he's doing great.
Just to widen that out slightly, obviously Antoine Semenyo has come in as well. Both these guys doing really well. Is there a point where you feel that those guys are ready to play senior in the first team a bit more? Is there anything you particularly look for? Is there anything you've noticed and that you've felt like, yeah, they're ready to play now?
I think you've got to have a mixture of different things. Age doesn't really concern me, to be honest. I think I've said before that if the players are good enough, they'll be in. I know it's an old cliche, but they've got to be good enough. That's the thing. When you're going to get the opportunity, they've got to be good enough, because the Championship is a tough old league. Physically, it's very tough. Them two in particular can handle it physically, no problem. They've both got raw attributes, which I think really can help you with having a good career in professional football. They both can get around the pitch. Totally separate in the way that they play, of course, but I think you see with Zach Viner as well, similar to Taylor Moore. These players have got attributes which can help, and again that goes back to recruitment previous before me. It's not, they're getting an opportunity now, but there's a lot of work gone in, prior to me coming in, and you can see the way that we want to play. You've got to have players that can play that way, and as I say, at the moment performances are okay.
Nice one. Is it possible to run through a few of the players to see where they're at injury wise? Joe Morrell?
Yeah, he's got a calf strain, Joe, so we're not quite sure on his timescale just yet with that one.
Liam Walsh?
Yeah, Walsh, we're waiting on a scan. He's got a scan tonight. We'll see where he's at. He's still got this quad issue from post-COVID, so hopefully we'll get a bit of good news with that scan, and we can push him on.
Joe Williams?
Joe's back on the grass, not with the group as yet. With Callum O'Dowda back doing a little bit of work with Prox, the physio, this morning, which was good to see. So again, we want these guys back obviously as quick as we can, but we want them to come back and stay fit as well at the same time. So them two are moving in the right direction.
Thomas Callis?
Thomas was on the grass as well this morning, just doing some aerobic running just to maintain his fitness levels. That's a funny one in terms of timescale. It's more around his sort of, I suppose, his movement and his pain. So as I say, hopefully in the next few days, if he's pain free or going that way, we can push him on.
Paul Simpson suggested 1 to 2 months, maybe at the weekend.
Yeah, I think when you go for a scan or an X-ray, and that you're kind of preparing for the worst in a way, aren't you? And it was good news that he'd not dislocated it. There is some ligament damage in there, as I say. So we just got to be guided really by how Thomas is, how he's feeling, and make sure he gets full power. And of course, the way he plays, having that shoulder nice and secure and stable is really important.
Jay De Silva?
Yeah, again we'll see with Jay. Back out on the grass doing a little bit of a warm up with the players today. So again, fingers crossed that he'll be all right, and he'll be back pretty soon.
Callum O'Dowda, final one.
So Cal was out with Joe Williams this morning. They were together with Prox.
And Nathan Baker, obviously, we know he's out for a while, isn't he? He's out to Christmas. Given that obviously Callas is out for a while and Baker, will you look to recruit a centre back at all, or are you pretty much happy?
Quite calm at the moment. I think while the window's open, we'll have to see if we need to make a move. In terms of another injury, we'll have to have a look at that. But I think for now we're calm. There's players that can slot in as well. So as I say, we don't quite know yet with Thomas how long he's going to be out. So hopefully we can get through these next game or two, and we can look to get one or two back in there as well.
So we've gone very quiet with the likes of Nicholas Eliasson and Famara Jesus contracts. Is there still talks going on there? You're still waiting for the word back from those guys?
Yeah, to be honest, I've not spoke to Mark around the last week or so regarding that with all the games that we've had. But no, I don't think there's any real news on that. Again, we're quite calm. I think that's just natural.
Does it get mentioned at all around the squad or not? Or are you worried as well that they might run down their contracts and you might be forced to lose them later on in the season?
No, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all about that. I think for now the training well is, since Fam come out of the team after Coventry, he's trained fantastically well, I have to say. Nicholas as well. So they'll both get an opportunity in these next games to come, and that's all we're focusing on at the moment. We're trying to, as I say, build that spirit within the group, and as I say, there's a good spirit, but it's still early days.
But Liam Walsh, he was offered a new deal, wasn't he? I think you said on Jeff Twentyman's show that's the case.
Yeah.
So wait to hear back from him as well.
As I say, last week or so, I've not really had any discussions on that. But I say Matt's got really good connections and relationships with the guy's agents, so I don't worry about that at all.
And you've said a couple of times now that you want to trim the squad. Is that still the case, or are you maybe done for outgoings at the moment, or how do things stand?
No, we're still looking to trim the squad. I think we've got too many numbers. Obviously, we've got some injuries at the moment, but players want to play football, don't they? And as the window goes on, we'll see what we can do with that.
Are you able to give an update on some of the fringe guys at all, like Akiva Delican, maybe Aidan Baldwin? What's the situation with those guys? There's
interest in Hakib from a few clubs actually, and I think there's been a few talks ongoing with that. Aidan, and I've not heard anything regarding Aidan. He's with the 23s at the moment, and that's all it is on that.
And when you say trim the squad, are you talking mainly there for midfielders? Because you seem to have a surplus.
Yeah,
midfielders.
Particularly in that area, I think we're a little bit unbalanced. We've probably got too many in that position. Yeah.
Fair enough. And just looking ahead then to the Villa game, obviously Dean Smith come in, a guy you know very well. I take it probably helps that he played there not so long ago.
Yeah.
In South Wales. for anyone who
You were
watched
there, yeah, I believe.
So you know what to expect there.
Yeah, we know. We had them watched last night. Keith went across and watched them last night. We were really interested in the way that they go against that 3-5-2 with Sheffield United, obviously similar to us, but they get a sending off after 10-15 minutes, and they went 4-4-1. So, but it's still a good team, Premier League team, as you say. They've got a great squad. They made changes in that first game against Burton, but we can't quite guess as to what team they're going to put out. But again, the focus will be on us. The guys that played in the last round against Northampton in particular, I thought performed really well, so they'll get another opportunity.
Have you spoken to Dean already, or will you speak to him afterwards? Or?
I've not spoken to him this week, no.
And just finally on the sort of COVID situation, obviously this is a developing situation, but you guys are still being tested, I think. You're still
we are, yeah. We're still testing once a week as a club, yeah.
Right, okay. And
we had it this morning. Jill, the physio, did it this morning. My word, it's a horrible thing to have to go through, but obviously it's the right thing to do.
And I appreciate this isn't like specifically a football question, but do you have a view on how things might pan out over the next few months? It's obviously a situation where we don't know if any of the fans are going to return.
Yeah.
The test events seem to be unfortunately going in the wrong direction,
yeah.
But unfortunately that's just the way it is, isn't it?
The world's changed, hasn't it? Beyond belief, and we'd hoped we'd get the supporters back in October, I think it was, and looks like it's now going to be unlikely. So to be honest, I'm gutted about it, because you think back to Saturday's game, some of the support we've had at Stoke in particular in the last couple of seasons, and big nights like Villa on Thursday night in the Premier League. That's the biggest downside, I suppose, to this promising start to the season that we've had, because the fans are not able to share it with us. But at the same time, we feel the support. We're getting a lot of messages of support. I'm getting a lot of letters to the training ground in particular. The lads are obviously getting a lot of support via social media, and we appreciate it. And we know it's tough on the supporters, but I suppose now's a good time to say how much we appreciate that on behalf of all the players and the staff and the club. And we're putting a team out there. Hopefully they can relate to. Hopefully they're enjoying the performances from afar, and can't wait to get them back here with us at Ashton Gate, and indeed on some of them away days.
Thanks, Dean.
Thank you.